Yes, folks. Today, I'm going to give you a brief lecture about using the Lexis Advanced Search feature. And in order to do that, I would like you all to pull up a random Massachusetts state case, please, on your browser in Lexis. I have pulled up Commonwealth versus Vieira at 483 Mass 417. You can type that in if you like. Take your time to do that. What is advanced search? Advanced search is a feature of Lexis that allows you to search specific segments of a case. What is a segment? A segment is a particular part of a case. For example, one of the segments of a case is the case name. Another segment of the case is the citation. Another segment of the case is core terms. Another segment is case summary, etc., and outcome. These are all searchable databases within Lexis. So Lexis keeps a database of outcomes with respect to all cases. So the advanced feature is useful when we have limited information we are searching for. For example, oftentimes our boss may come to us and ask us for a case, and he doesn't even know the case name. He might say to us, for example, listen, we've got this client held on bail. He keeps calling the office. He's talking about some case that came down from the Supreme Judicial Court last in 2020 that says defendants might be able to get special consideration to get out on bail if they are held in an institution with people that have COVID, and especially if they have pre-existing conditions and their health is in jeopardy. We got to find this case. I heard about it. I know this case, but I don't know the name. And maybe he gives you limited information about this case. Maybe he says to you, well, I know the judge. The judge was Gantz, or I know the attorney. The attorney was some woman from the Bristol DA's office. I think her name is Stern. Her last name is Stern. See what you can find. All right. So that's what advanced search allows us to do. It allows us to search these segments within a case. We can search these head notes. There's a head note field in the advanced search. There is, let me scroll down here and let you see. There's a lawyer field for the counsel. We can search that. Judges, we can search by the judge who wrote the opinion. In this case, it's Lenk. So let's look at the advanced feature, the advanced search feature. I'm going to move myself here. So what I want you all to do now is go back to the Lexis homepage, clicking on Lexis here. And I want you to navigate. My homepage is set. I want you to navigate to the Massachusetts page. All right. And clear your filters. And the Massachusetts page, remember, is the universe of all Massachusetts materials, including cases, statutes, administrative codes, regulations, etc. So we know that this is a case, and we know that it is a Massachusetts state case because we are in Massachusetts, folks, despite the fact that people like to quote give me Pennsylvania cases in their materials. We are in Massachusetts, and we're going to look for Massachusetts state cases combined. So that's what we're going to click on here. All right. So we're going to start like any other search. Any other search, we start with Massachusetts. All right. So now we're limited to Massachusetts state cases, and we're going to go over here, and we're going to click on advanced search. All right. And we will see here that at the top here, there's a search bar. And then there's a box for terms where you enter your search terms just like we would normally do. I want you to ignore the terms box, and I want you to scroll down to the segment fields. This is what I was talking about. So this allows us to search by the court, party name. We can narrow it down by dates, citation. Of course, if we had the citation, we wouldn't need the advanced search, obviously. We can search by disposition, summary, and so forth and so on. But those are not as helpful as things that will really help us find this case. What did our boss tell us? First, he said it was a COVID case involving bail, the effect of COVID on bail. So we know that it's COVID and we know it involves bail. So let's try those two terms in the search term bar here first. COVID and bail. So we start with that. That'll give us thousands or hundreds of cases anyway, since COVID came down. Because anyway, that'll give us a lot of cases. So we need to do better than that. What else did he tell us? Well, He told us it happened in 2020, so we can narrow down our dates to between. We can go. The date is between here. Okay, between it is between January 1st of 2020 and January 1st of 21. 2021. Okay. All right. So we can start with that search there. Okay. So that gives us 15 cases. All right. He's looking for a specific case that happened in 2021 involving COVID and bail. He also told us, what did he tell us? Maybe he knows the lawyer's name or the judge's name. I think he said the lawyer's name that handled this case was Stern, Stern. Okay. So let's hit the back button and go back to our advanced search. And he said, let's go down to the attorney field and type in the lawyer's name that handled it for the Commonwealth. It could be any, you could type in any of the lawyers who were involved, Commonwealth, defendant, but he happens to know that the government lawyer's name was Stern. So we'll type her last name in here, Stern. I have it in there. Okay. So now we can do a search for COVID and bail. And it says here, right here, for the attorney's Stern. And we've got a date between, yeah, sometime during 2020. So we hit the button here. Okay. And we come up with one case. Here's a case involving COVID and bail, and it was handled by Stern in 2020. Chances are that is the case that our boss is looking for. Okay. What else could we do? What if we didn't know Stern's name? We knew the judges. We knew who the judge was. Okay. So we can go back and the lawyer says, okay, so we type our term in, COVID, and WS bail. Okay. And we have our date set between 20 and 21, January. Okay. And we'll go down to the judge field. And if we here, judges are refer to all the judges who are present during the decision. And every appellate decision will list the judges on the panel who decided the case, because as when we go before the appeals court or the SJC, there are a number of judges who hear the case. Okay, written by is a more helpful field because it tells us the actual judge who wrote the opinion. Okay, so in this case, let's say our boss tells us that Gantz wrote the opinion. He's the one of the Supreme Judicial Court judges who recently passed away, actually. A very well known, well respected jurist. So we're going to put Gantz in there. So now we're going to do a search for cases in 2020 involving COVID and bail in which Gantz wrote the decision. And that should be narrow it down. Okay, so in that case, it gave us two. So Gantz wrote two decisions in 2020 that involved COVID and bail. So you could come to your boss with both of these decisions. At least you've got them, and he could read both of them, or go through them and say, okay, I think it's Luigi. Luigi's the case. So anyway, this is just an example. So you can search by almost anything in these cases, but these are particularly helpful fields. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. We'll do a very simple exercise on this that I'll give you. Okay. And with that, I think I am ready to conclude my lecture. Thank you.